Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Kevin here. Today, I wanted to chat about an interesting topic, something I've been thinking a lot about lately. So roll the intro. Okay, so today we're going to talk about creation versus consumption. Now, why is this important? Well, we all have the exact same amount of hours in the run of a day. The question is, what are you going to do with those hours? For most people, the answer is, I'm going to work as little as I have to, and then I'm just going to screw around and accomplish nothing. That's pretty much what life looks like for most people, unfortunately. Now, I get it. That's the easy way to do things. But in this life, that's not what I'm about. So today, we're going to consider why it's important to create. Take this video, for example. You're watching this video. Why? Because I took the time to create it. If I didn't create this video, you may have never considered these things. What does this video represent? Well, this video is creative output from me to the world. As such, it can extend beyond myself. If all I do is sit there and consume and just build up a whole bunch of information up in here, what does that do? I can say I'm accomplishing something, but am I? I think arguably no. Because what ends up happening is you get all these ideas and then you just sit on the proverbial fence. You accomplish absolutely nothing. Nobody ever knows who you are. Nobody knows anything about you. So, I mean, imagine you're sitting in your basement, you're woodshedding away, and, you learn Stab Wound by Necrophagist. Sweet. It's a great track. But if you don't take the time to share it with people, who knows? Nobody at all. If you don't take the lessons you learned from that track and apply it to your own playing or your own writing, or even just put a cover track out or something like that, if you never do those things, then again, who has any idea what you're capable of? Absolutely nobody. I mean, maybe your mom does, but unless she's paying the bills, it's pretty hard to advance yourself that way. This goes for everything. This goes for literally any aspect of your life, especially in the creative space. We wouldn't know who any of these people are out there, from Mr. Beast to, I don't know, name your favorite YouTuber, unless they actually created something. Is it easy? Hell no. There's all kinds of challenges. You run into everything. I mean, where I'm at right now, I have a laptop from 2014. I can't use my typical editing software. Therefore, I'm going to make a video that doesn't really require any editing. I'm just going to do some cuts and that's it. I mean, for all intents and purposes, this could be done on my phone. I'm not going to let something like that stop me from creating, because I need to make stuff. My value to the world is increased by the amount of things I do. Maybe this video sucks. Maybe you hate it. Oh well. What video did you make today? You know what I mean? And what it ends up coming down to is every single video I make, I get better. This is probably video number 68 or so on my channel. How many videos have you made? Did I make them all in one day? No. It's been a journey of quite a while, actually. I think the first video I put out on this channel was something like 2018. Something like that. So, am I successful yet? No. Have I blown up and gone viral everywhere? No. Do I have an opportunity to do that in the future because I put the time in between then and now? Yes. Just like everything, you know, some people, it's like that. Other people, it takes a heck of a long time, but the only way it's never going to happen is if all you do is consume all day. You know, you go on, you watch a bunch of YouTube videos. Sure, you can learn stuff, and sometimes that's important. There are aspects of life that you need to learn about so you can apply yourself. But, you know, what you're going to end up doing is simply taking in information and substituting that for accomplishing something. Because the reality is, it's not. Accomplishing something is creating, bringing it to the world, getting feedback, learning what you can do better, and then going back and creating again. When you can do that on a consistent basis, doesn't have to be every day, but when you can do that enough to have enough output out there that you get noticed in the world, well then from a social media standpoint, now you're actually doing something, you're getting somewhere. If you're a musician, the only thing that matters is the music you have written and recorded. That's it. Nothing else. The only reason we know who Gojira is because Mario and Joe have just written some wicked tunes. You know what I mean? The only reason we have certain genres is because certain artists decided, I want to get this out there. It's important to me. I'm going to learn what I need to learn, but then I'm going to spend the majority of my time creating instead of consuming, because that creation time, whether you're succeeding or not, it doesn't make a difference. It's the 10,000 hours you're putting in to get you to the point where you can actually be competent in that thing. Do you suck at video editing? Probably. I do. Do you like video editing? Probably not. But there's a lot of people who need video editors out there as well. If you can just create content, guess what you're doing? You're learning, and you're learning hands-on. That hands-on means everything. The only reason I can play what I can play on guitar is because I picked up the damn thing, right? You know, as well, like, I wouldn't consider myself a great talker, but I've gotten a lot better. Especially I've gotten a lot better on camera. Why? Because I've made videos, creating. And, you know, like, I heard in the beginning a lot of suggestions when it comes to YouTube. I will say the one that I agree with the most is make 100 videos, then talk about YouTube strategy, then talk about where you want your channel to go, then talk about branding, then talk about, you know, how you want to grow this thing. Because the reality is, until you've made 100 videos, you haven't made enough mistakes yet. And when you make mistakes, while you're creating, you're trying to go for some specific thing, you fail at it. Awesome. Learn. Now might be, you know, I mean, at that point, it might be the time to do a little bit of consuming just to get that you know, little bit of knowledge that you need to complete that process. And now all of a sudden, now you know how to do something else. And you apply it directly because it's something you actually use while you're creating. So my message to everybody out there, create. Just create. Just go out there and create. You want when you sit down, you want to be able to look at things and go, am I creating or am I consuming? If what you say is you're consuming, then it better be for a good reason. If it's not, put it down and start creating. And if you're struggling, maybe do a little bit of consuming, But control yourself. Just learn what you have to learn, then go back to creating. So on that note, I'm going to let you get out there and create. So on that note, I'm going to let you get out there and create. So go make awesome music. Join that band you always wanted to join. Learn that, learn that lick, learn that riff, learn that solo. Just create. Create. The more you create, the more value you add as a creative person, period. Content, whatever. Just get out there and create. All right, on that note, catch you in the next video.
6 Lute Suite. This particular track is the Saraband from that Lute Suite. And yeah, goes back 14 years.